Now, Drum was the factory organization, and it was the first one of the factory organizations. At this time, we didn't have a league. Now, what happened, we developed a method where we would meet on a Sunday. It was only a core of 9 of us out of a factory of 10,000. This is at Dodge, Main. And we would meet every Sunday. We would sit down and decide which issues in this one little, it wasn't nothing but a little 8.5 by 14 sheet of paper folded in half that made a little, little 4-sided leaflet. We decide what issues it was we were going to take on this week. We had the Inner City Voice newspaper, so we had access to printing equipment, mimeograph machine, typesetting equipment, and we had paper and ink. So we would write this little leaflet, take us all day Sunday to write it, and we butchered the English language. We were not English students, but we just wanted to make sure that everybody's input was captured in this little leaflet. We would go print that thing and we'd take it out to the plant every Tuesday morning. Now, one of the problems we encountered in the very first time we took them out, that the plant would send security guards out to photograph whoever was passing out leaflets. So since me and Benny Tate was already discharged, we took up the effort of passing the leaflets out because we already known anyway. But it was through this process that we had a bunch of high school students that came forward and said that they would help us pass out these flyers every Tuesday. So we had this core of students now that would get up at 5:30 in the morning every Tuesday and go out to the plant and help us pass out these. We had that little Inner City Voice office on Grand River Street, and we had a little coffee shop over there on Grand River called the Ghetto Coffee Shop. And we'd have conga drum players in there, and they would play drums way into the morning, and we had coffee and people played chess. We'd never had a liquor license, so we couldn't drink, but what we had happened, we had to gather people together to go out and man picket lines. We made up signs the next morning, and we got all the people out of the coffee shop, took them out to the plant with us. And so therefore we had the conga drums with us. That was spontaneous. It wasn't planned, even though the name of our little organization was Drum. Now we had the conga drums. We set those conga drums up at the gates, and we set pickets up at each gate, and in a half hour we had about 3,000 to 4,000 black workers on the street and didn't know what to do with them. And so what happens is that I always say you got to be careful what you call for because somebody might answer. So now we faced with this situation. They got state troopers on top of the building with high-powered rifles. After Drum was created, Lynn Townsend, who was the chairman of the board of Chrysler Corporation at that time, reached out and got Al Dunmore, who was the editor of the Michigan Chronicle, and called him in and offered him a new job at Chrysler Corporation called the head of community affairs. They created a whole new category of work. Everywhere, everybody came to us. They wanted a RUM. They wanted a revolutionary union movement in their factory.